on Train, and as we kind of stressed, this is a very good map for him. Very good map for Fallen as well, I think. And those two, they look good enough on Train. But anyway, here we go. Going to be getting into this. And Tom, look at this aggression down connect to both teams. They've got so much in here. Fallen, he's the first man to face off, but he's going to go ahead and get rid of two. Automatic is able to trade the Bolts and Fur. They're still here. They shut it down, and it's not looking good at Cloud9. It all falls onto Skadoodle. He does spot out Cold Zero and Bolts as well. So Skadoodle, maybe there's still hope for them in this pistol, and he's brought it back to a one-on-one. And Skadaddy, well, he might be home. 1 versus 1. Gonna go ahead for the bomb plant down here at B. The smoke blooms, the bomb goes down, and Taco, he's all the way up in mid. He gets his choice as to where he retakes from, and he's going to pick Connector. Skadoodle starts to make his way down. He's going to be in a good spot to shut this down, and Skadoodle, he's going to land the shot. 4 frags for him, and the pistol round for Cloud9. And what a fantastic start there from that man in particular.
Never should have been. Never should have been. That second shot on the man in Connector was utterly disgusting, and, well, that is one hell of a start for Skadoodle. If he can continue that sort of form, we've seen what he can do as of recent. And there's going to be the force back in. Actually, a little bit of a save coming out from Taco, a bit of extra cash, probably going to be invested into utility in the coming rounds, or could just buy up another Deagle into the next. Multiple players are going to be looking to play towards this short B spot for Cloud9. A little bit of aggression has come out from Fallen as well with the scout into middle, but won't spot too much as of yet. We do see a tag coming in onto Tarek, and actually Rush is pretty low as well, so they do have to be careful, because we've already seen SK manage to do quite a bit on Train with the pistols, and a lot more close angles to be had by this SK team. They will do a little bit more damage onto Rush, but ultimately Cold is now the one tagged just as low. Still plenty of time left for Cloud9 to play with, so they don't really need to dedicate themselves to either of the side, and they are going to spot out Fallen as well, but he'll manage to retreat back. Chasing will be Stewie, and he actually gets tagged as well. This is getting very scary for Cloud9. 3 players now with 30 HP and below.
Yeah, and we've seen these get taken away from Cloud9 all too often. This time it's Bolts and Taco to find themselves 2. Push continues in, but Bolts, apparently a king with the Deeg. He's on 2. Hasn't been dealt with just yet. As him and Taco, they're going to be huddling together for warmth, but Bolts, he's providing it all because he's on fire right now. 3 frags. It all falls to Tarek, 1v3, and Fallen finishes him off. An absolutely insane round from SK. We get another one straight back, Tom, and Cloud9. And they get shut down on an anti-eco. It was looking like, you know, the world was theirs for the taking. They should have been able to go 3-0 up here, but it just was not the case. As SK, they've gone on 1 back on that force, all thanks to Bolts' magical Deeg.
Yeah, got to be absolutely kicking themselves here, and they're going to try and do a similar in return. We're going to see the Deagles alongside the Scout and CZ. On the other side, still not too much in terms of rifles, but again, it's the same as last round. Fallen just hitting that early tag. He definitely softened up a lot of those players for Bolts, who was just hitting headshots anyway, but even still, is going to be beneficial for every tag he gets, just to make things so much easier, especially for the MP9s. Scout shot. Not going to be hit, but Stewie will actually be able to turn things back, give them the man advantage at least for now. Fur still looking to try and aggress into the toilets, as said, but he has to be careful. He has one of the 2 rifles, will manage to pick up 1, but again, it's going to be a trade back. And Tarek, he seemed to be ready and waiting to hit the shot, but Bolt is going to be able to get away with murder. In terms of the fallback, the rest of the players still looking over towards this A site. A rotation has come in, and Stewie's going to get another one with the scout, really copying what we saw from Fallen in the previous. And now the remaining 2 players actually are both left with SMGs.
Yeah, it's a Cloud9. They might be able to take 1 straight back here. As they start to make their way in towards A. They have to check the Cold Zera. They walk on into him. He gets himself 2. Might want to make it 3 as Stewie's there. The Cold, he will take them all. As SK, they managed to get that 2nd round. And now that's the economy of Cloud9 bottomed out.
Yeah, no, that had to be Cold Zera saving them, though, and he's actually going to reinvest. We've got the triple MP9. I'm going to be, well, you're going to be feeling pretty happy about that one. I'm pretty sure it is your favorite weapon in the game. We've not, I don't think I've ever seen a triple XM. Well, one day, maybe.
One day, Tom. But
I'm not even sure if I've
triple
seen
MP9,
double.
triple MP9 is fantastic for me, and especially when there's that many fleshy, unarmored Cloud9 players for you to go and tickle with the MP9. And Fur, he's no stranger to tickling Americans down in mid as he gets himself one. Make it two. Didn't even mean to get the third, but okay, Fur's not going down. Finally, he's going to get put to bed. It's automatic. 1v4, tag to 19 HP. And Fallen makes it look easy.
Okay.
And fade away on the last shot, Tom. That's what you want to see. SK Gaming in with their third. And now the buy comes in from Cloud9.
I want to see who is going to keep their MP9. I'm not going to be surprised if we actually saw Cold keep one. He'll actually hand it over to Bolts instead, so the SMG will remain. Now, they do have enough cash, at least on 4 of the players, to buy into the next round anyway, so they can play a little bit of a bonus here on that SK Gaming side. T's, however, do have those full AK-47s, and I'm interested to see where both of them will be playing. It's going to be an aggressive push over towards short from both MP9 players. However, this time Cloud9 are very passive indeed. Sat in the playground, automatic, should be overwhelmed, but actually snaps onto the head. Bolts will go down. Stewie with another. And this round is looking good and done. Fallen's going to do everything with the AWP, but we know how well he can play from this position.
Yeah, Fallen is no stranger to insane plays from Graffiti. Going to start to fade away. Up towards heaven he goes, Tarek. Doesn't manage to find Fur. And now their numbers getting just chipped away at. Man advantage still in favor of Cloud9. And they're going to give him this B-bomb site. They go for the aggressive rotate, trying to predict the play from Cloud9 and SK. They almost play themselves, but instead, they're down here in B. They hench their bets, and they were right. Fallen. Up in heaven. Fur. Holding close on the site. Cloud9, they're all hanging back. They're going to be allowed to get the bomb down. Rush. He knows where Fallen is. Fur sneaking up. Do they see this coming? He's up in the smoke. Round the pillar he goes. Fallen's hopped down. He's going to be making some noise. Fallen gets dropped. Fur's 1v3. An automatic in with the hat-trick. A good return to form from him as Cloud9. They're going to go ahead and take a second round, Tom.
Yeah, I like that from Cloud9. A little bit of over-aggression from the first 2 players to go down, like peeking individually, not so much, but just in that sort of after-plant position, just using the smoke, making sure they get the bomb down, and then just falling back. They know that Fallen has an AWP. You don't want to take that fight towards heaven. Likelihood is he's not going to miss the shot, so don't give him the chance. Make it so that he has to come to you, and that's actually enough to do some real damage to that SK Gaming economy. As said, 4 players are going to be able to buy absolutely fine. The problem is, the man who can't is the man we actually highlighted as the one likely to do the most damage. It's Fur, left with a CZ, of course. Still a deadly pistol, but it's going to be towards long this time. I think Cloud9 are expecting somewhat of a pistol play instead. Maybe not so much with the rifles, just based on the amount of damage they managed to do in the previous round, and because of that, they are going to take that long control. However, in the connector, automatic, the man who saved them in the last round, is actually going to go down very early on, and Stewie is left only on 10 HP.
And I mean, Fur, he's the man who dances with bullets. He managed to survive that spray down in toilets. Now he's rerouted over towards the site. And in his place, Bolts actually has gone aggressive over here. Now, most of the time we see players opt to wallbang this.
Look at Taco. They've actually fully rotated over
yeah,
towards
exactly.
A.
I mean, Taco's got all the information in the world. They know that no one's there. They'll be able to hear the rotations. Bolts can hear them make their way down through connector as he holds the close angle. Down goes Stewie. The trade does come out from Tarek. The push now about to come in, but there's 3 players here for SK. And as they make their way in, into the meat grinder they go. It's all on Tarek, and Cold Terror puts him to bed. SK Gaming, they're in with a 4th round as they go and take one straight back from Cloud9.
Yeah, and the sort of silent hero of that round is Taco. He gives every single piece of information. Doesn't get a single kill in that round, but that doesn't matter. All the information he gathers means that there's 3 players sat on the site for SK Gaming. I think even initially there was 4. And all that really means is that Cloud9 just push completely into every single player on that team. He sits waiting. Now, if they had gone back through the connector, okay, then there would have been a little bit more of a problem. But instead, they gamble and they win themselves around. And now it is just going to be Pistols. Fur looking to pad his stats. As said, this man will go aggressive on any part of the map. And we did see sort of earlier in the tournament when they were playing on Overpass that teams genuinely started to just get scared of where he was going to be pushing. I will say it was against lesser opponents, obviously not against Cloud9, but at the same time, he's very difficult to punish. And in these sort of rounds, well, he's just going to continue to push, look to try and take fights, look to try and, well, boost his already huge confidence. And a completely flawless round from SK is going to do wonders for their economy.
Yeah, I mean, that's the interesting thing about Fur. He's like a man with an identity crisis, Tom. On the CT side, he goes so aggressive, he may as well be over on the T side. He works his way into positions that he should never normally be in. And you always find yourself second-guessing everything you do. And Cloud9, while they have got 2 rounds here, they're not off to a terrible start. They have to start to get a few more on the board soon before this economy starts to build up on SK. Fallen, he has himself the AWP in hand. Rush, going to try and take up position in Connector, has support from Stewie. They go barreling through and Fallen uncharacteristically going to miss the shot. The trade comes in and Rush, he doubles down in Connector. Keeps the man advantage in favor of Cloud9 and now it's Bolts. All eyes on the newcomer to SK. To try and pull things back, but actually, just as you say it, they're going to rotate down Connector and Bolts. He's fairly key here. He hears these rotations come in. You can see Taco starts to peel off from that A-bomb site. I think now playing Heaven. Bolts goes down, though, and that will mean they're going to have to switch things up.
Yeah, Cold Zero will have every single piece of information now. The sound giving things away. He's waiting for Rush. That's the real problem. He wants to get rid of the man in his backlines before he does anything else. And actually, just playing fairly patient instead. They don't check short at all. That will be the bomb down. Cold managing to get a second as well. And Tarek's pretty low on HP. The best player in the world looking to try and close things here. Hits the shot actually through the wall. Sprays one, but Tarek will just about survive. Cold almost single-handedly winning a round for SK Gaming. But even the amount of damage he's done is scary. This could be enough that if SK now win this round, once again, Cloud9 will be left with no money to spare.
Yeah, that reset is looming. But that play from Cole was fantastic. He sees that it was Rush, didn't spot him out over on short. As such, you know, he's calling. It doesn't get shot from there, so he immediately assumes it's clear. The bomb goes down, and from there he does so much damage. And, well, now, Fallen going to try and go for the aggressive peek over in mid. Doesn't lead to anything as the flashes push him away. Look at Fur with the Mag 7. Tom, you love that. He's got the shotgun down in Connect. They're going to try and play things close. Now, Automatic is down there. But in the meantime, Cloud9, they've got so much control over here towards Long. And Fallen, he's got no idea. They're sneaking on down. And he still waits in mid. There is... Fallen going to get tagged to 76 HP in the Molotov. They're out on A. This is going to be a 5-man retake. Fallen, the one good thing is he can just turn around and pick one of these guys off as the bomb goes down. But no, I mean, even then, that's going to get stopped by Stewie. As he comes in, Fallen gets shot in the back. Stewie now comes peeking out. And this round has gone so wrong for SK. Tarek's already all the way down in the backline, shutting off these rotations. The save call comes in. And SK are left scratching their heads.
Yeah, they gambled very heavily there. Oh, Fur. Oh, I thought he was going to steal away an AWP. That would have been wonderful. Only the M4 is actually remaining here for SK Gaming. What was their chance to actually reset Cloud9's economy is also the same for Cloud9 to reset theirs. And keeping these 2 rifles, we've already seen what Cole can do in the last map and just a round ago. So maybe they can make some sort of play, get a little bit creative with their aggression. They are going to be keeping those at least. However, yeah, just taking over that long portion of the map. It's somewhere where we see Fur sometimes going aggressive and having a little bit more of a play, but unfortunately without any real weaponry, of course, using that Mag 7. They were left with quite a big hole in their defense. And actually, in terms of money invested in this round, Taco is brought down to just $850. So there's not going to be a buy in the next for SK either. So if they win this round, obviously only the 2 rifles to really stop them. But if they do, then Cloud9 should be all but set to take the lead.
And I mean, Tom, Cloud9, they're almost fitting that narrative. of liking their theatrics, you know. We see Train, it's overwhelming victory by SK. We get into the map pick of SK. And this is exactly what happened in the Major in the finals versus FaZe. You know, we get to Overpass, we don't expect Cloud9 to do well. And right now, they are poised to potentially take the lead. It's still early days, Tom. But they're definitely looking like a more well-oiled machine in comparison to what we saw on Train. There's no doubt about it. Right now, over here in mid, Tarek is pushing on in. Coldzera is boosted up with the rifle, but he's actually under their noses right now. Oh, Cold spotted him. Tarek. Okay, Stewie shuts him down. They know the boost is there, and that boost gets utterly dismantled. Now it's Fur over and long with just the USP in hand. There should be no way he does anything from this position. Tarek going to get rid of Taco. He keeps rushing in, but Fur does manage to shut him down. So that's an AK that can be retrieved.
Yeah, Fallen picking up a rifle as well. And once again, it's just going to be one of those situations where SK Gaming are going to try and save. Now, with a saved weapon, there may be a chance that they actually get a buy in the next round. It won't be a particularly good one and won't have an AWP or a huge amount of utility behind it. We'll give them something to play with. At least Stewie's going to go on the hunt. Already picks up a first. The second is Fallen. Again, unarmored. And Stewie is going to deny any such possibility. 5 and 5. Now they're actually going to force into this one. It was interesting to see Taco actually buy so much in the previous round just because of that. That's what made me thought that they're not actually going to invest here. Instead, he's going to be left limited. And the rest of the team are going to be buying. So maybe a little bit of a misplay there from Taco in the previous round, not quite knowing what they were actually going to be purchasing. He's going to be left with an MP9, a weapon that SK seem more than happy to use. However, now Cloud9 have started to build up an economy of their own. And look who's going aggressive once again.
Yeah, I mean, he's all the way up through mid, gets all the information. Fallen going to start to rotate in through connector. There are 3 men inside a B to keep Cloud9 at bay. Taco opens up with 1. Now, Coldzera going to go down to Skadoodle. It all falls to Bolts as they start to charge in towards him, and Bolts going to peek on into this. Stewie does manage to elude him. Going to get tagged up from short. Automatic down in the pit, finds it. And it's all on Fur, the man in the backline. He went out through mid earlier. And he has to move somewhat swiftly, because the longer he takes, the more they will suspect. Spots Skadoodle. Stewie just manages to get away. And Automatic finishes him off. Cloud9, they are going to go ahead and take the lead, Tom. And they've reset the economy of SK once again. So a 7th round is looming here for Cloud9.
Yeah, the timing of that push was just about right from Cloud9. I think if it was even like 4 or 5 seconds later, Fur would have been all the way up behind them and we would have seen a complete stack over on that B side. They did already have actually multiple players there though, so even still I was expecting a little bit more. Once again, we're going to have that MP9 onto Taco. He did make a little bit of extra money with the kill he managed to get with it in the previous round, so I'm pretty sure he's just invested that once again. Now the pistols of SK have managed to steal them a couple of rounds along the way. Of course, the buy from Cloud9 is a deadly one at that. And already Tarek is going to be starting things off. Now holding on to this A site has been a little bit of a struggle so far from SK Gaming, although I feel like most of their buys have had some sort of limitation to them, like a Mag 7 thrown in, an MP9. It's not been ideal every single time. There's been someone on a little bit of a weaker position. We saw Fur one round with the CZ, while everybody else was buying. That was actually a round that they managed to win. And we haven't seen too much from the AWP, or at least when we did, it seemed to be fairly effective from Fallen, but I haven't had it for a few rounds, so hoping we'll see it in the next. Either way, from Cloud9's perspective, they're looking to try and keep this flawless. Of course, it is Coldzera with the CZ. There's going to be many players.
Why is there so many? Connector, he's going to be wondering this as he makes his way in. 4 players for Cloud9 still in there, Tom. He walked into the home of Cloud9.
The nest.
The nest. And that's going to be a 7th now. And as you say, yeah, I mean, the AWP's been good for SK. The only issue is, haven't really seen them with it all too often. And if you take into account that huge blunder where they didn't watch long, that ultimately came, you know, from trying the aggression over a mid with the AWP and gambling that they wouldn't play for the long angle.
Also because they had a Mag 7, so they couldn't have anybody else really covering
exactly,
it.
Yeah. So now we've got it back out for Fallen, and I think this could be a change for SK as they look to try and put up their first round in quite some time. Taco Does spot the man out down here towards B. That's Stewie making some noise. Train goes by, so of course you're completely deaf for a few seconds. Smoking a flash rain in, but there's still 3 players down in connector. And while Stewie's making noise here, no one else seems all too committed to the cause. He's going to start to join up with his friends in a connector. And he's still making noise, but this looks like it's going to be a fake as the bomb is in tow. Up towards A. Ferg to look away. The timing, he just manages to skirt on by. No, he does not. Rush finds it. And now Fallen making his way in from long. This A bomb site once again going to come crumbling down. They've lost the one man that was defending, but Fallen slipping into the back line. Going to be able to drop one. 3 versus 4, and Fallen still making noise. Has to be careful as Rush holding the angle close. SK there, the ones on the clock, and Fallen. He's already caused some problems for Cloud9. He hears them running around, going to go to peek into this, and it all falls to Skadoodle. 1v3, able to find Fallen's. 2 more left to find. The bomb ticking away, flicks out to the left, and coldzera lands it. SK, they managed to get around back, Tom. They get themselves a 6th.
They're looking for a double AWP. They are. So we're going to get a complete change, actually, from SK, bringing those double AWPs into play. Of course, money not going to be a problem for Cloud9. In fact, for the next 2 rounds, they're going to be absolutely fine. So much money made with the streak of rounds that they've had. And we are going to have a full purchase once again. Ferg going to be limited on utility, but other than that, everything absolutely fine. And we do now have coldzera on that secondary AWP, which I would expect we'll be heading over towards the B site.
Yeah, he's going to be playing that inside of B, as you say. Then he might try. Ooh, Bowles gets impaled. Okay, automatic. That is lovely. A man advantage taken, and Bowles, he just peeks on over the top and immediately gets wrecked. Now, Fur has been able to get one back. Tarek's able to trade, and right now Cloud9, they're in the driving seat. Down goes coldzera. It's all on Fallen. 1v4. And I can't get that. Was lovely. Tom, did you manage to catch that?
Yeah.
Underwhelming, I'll be honest, Tom. I figured it would have blown you away a bit more, but obviously not up to your very high standard. Fallen 1v3, and he looks like he might try something here, but no. I was going to say.
You need to 1v3 with a UMP on train to really catch my attention. That's what it takes.
But that is going to be an 8th round for Cloud9. Right now, they're looking good. A potential at 9-6 half here, which is a fantastic recovery when you look at how they performed on train. I was worried. I thought, Cloud9 maybe
even at the beginning of the map.
Yeah, I mean, I was worried ever since that, because it's like we see them come in. I'm like, maybe they're just taking a break since the major. But no, Cloud9, they are here to play. 8-6 right now is the scoreline, and a chance for a 9th. It's going to be a force buy from SK as they look to try and pull back a 7th.
Yeah, no choice but to force into this one. They will have the AWP and expect to see Fallen go for something a little bit more aggressive in this round, and possibly with the SMGs as well. We have seen SK much more willing to take aggressive pushes once they have these SMGs in play. Fallen is actually going to be taking the peek into the connector. He has been doing this multiple times in the game. It was actually one of the aggressive pushes that caught him out, but already Taco's going to be gone. Cold is the only player left over towards his B side at the moment. Will be able to get one. Looks for a little bit more, and Fallen's found another in the meantime, but the rest of his teammates are falling around him. Bomb not going to be able to be planted, as there is a Molotov on the site, which will give a little bit more of a chance for a rotation to come in. A long flank coming in from Fur, but this is where this man normally plays. It should be expected, and he's making quite a lot of footsteps as well. I imagine that's been heard. Yes, Skadoodle is going to go peeking over towards that monster spot. Fallen has gone on a long rotation all the way round to try and get back into heaven, and because of that, Fur is just going to have to be that little bit more patient. They do have a kit on Fallen, but realistically now, that clock has been ticking for quite a while.
Fallen goes down at the first hurdle. Skadoodle lands the flick. I mean, as far as underwhelming retakes go, that ranks highly. It's going to be a 9th round for Cloud9. And SK I mean, it was a strong start. They managed to win it back on the back of the force buy in round 2. They take the next 3, and since then, they only managed to find 3 more rounds. So Cloud9, they want to try to secure that 3rd map. They want to take us through to Inferno. I've been saying it from the beginning. It's all a scheme from the Cloud9 branding team.
Or maybe Overpass is just becoming one of their stronger maps.
Yeah, that could definitely be it. You know, maybe a deeply rooted conspiracy within
created by you.
You know, within the Cloud9 ranks to just be the best 3-map series team in the world. Maybe that is far-fetched. But SK, they certainly don't want to let that happen. And now they're over on the T side. They set the pace. They want to try and secure this pistol round. And look at this from Cloud9. It is exactly what we saw SK do in the pistol. 3 players down into connector. An aggression over at long from Tarek. He will get spotted out, looks to try and retreat, and he will be allowed to escape for the time being. Bolts hasn't made any noise, and the question is now from Cloud9, how long do they keep this stack up?
Yeah, stack does allow for quick rotations to either side. Already a couple of kills coming in for Cloud9. Tarek is low. We saw an incredible clutch from Coldzera in the pistol, and a lot of damage being done to players, but unfortunately none of the kills going the way of SK at the moment. Taco looking for the battle versus Skadoodle and will win it, but both players now tagged below 40 HP. Taco actually gets a second, makes things a little bit more interesting, and both Rush and Tarek are very, very low indeed. It's automatic that we really want to be watching at this point, just trying to hold off those rotations if they do try to come back towards B. The remaining 2 players, the tagged twins, will be left over on that A site.
Coldzera, though, he's gone ahead and got the bomb. Automatic. Is it a very good place to shut this down? The only danger is he's the only man for Cloud9 who is any HP. If he goes down now, then it could be all over, but he's been able to get the first. Coldzera doesn't go in and get the trade. There's only 20 seconds. He has to land it, and Automatic makes the dream happen. Cloud9 in with the 10th round as they lock in at that pistol, and from here, they should be good to get themselves a couple more. That said, SK have been very proficient in these force buys. And they need that now more than ever.
Yeah, no, they seem to be slowly wilting away after Cloud9 have really got themselves right back into this series. Now, it is going to be the investment. Again, Taco normally seems to save a little bit of extra cash. They can have that utility going forward. Fallen as well has himself the scout. Now, we saw what he was able to do in the second round of the previous half alongside, well, it was actually the Deagle of Bolts this time. Only going to be on a CZ. Nobody in connector. The T's will at least get that portion of the map, but it is going to be a much more sort of passive spot from Cloud9. They know they have the weaponry advantage, don't want to give those pistols any sort of time of day. And there actually isn't a single rifle, excluding the scout, over on the CT side at the moment, so still a decent chance that these pistols can just get that little bit closer. However, as I said, Cloud9 playing so passive at the moment that they're not giving anything away to SK Gaming. The only person who's really gone aggressive at all is Automatic.
Yeah, they have not given anything up, Tom. Automatic, as you pointed out, the only man who has gone vaguely aggressive. Currently sits down here towards short. The only issue is as they pour out a connector, he's really going to get tested. They don't check it, actually. He's able to get himself 2, make that 3 Automatic. He's shut down this play. Gonna take a 4th, maybe an ace. The man who underperformed on trade, stepping up massively here. He will get shut down by Fallen, but still he makes any sort of round there for SK impossible. And Cloud9 going to be in with an 11th round. SK have to grit their teeth here and just go for the eco.
I want to know what he fixed.
Yeah,
I want to know if I could have that same problem.
Give me what he's having, you know? That's fantastic.
What did he change? I want to know, because he's gone from what? I think he had 5 or 6 kills or something silly, like 20-odd rounds in. Now he's got 20. He's 22 and 9.
Gaming glasses.
That's what it is.
He slipped them on and he's ready to go.
Already. Coldzera will be going down. Of course, barely anything invested in this round for SK. In fact, I think they're hoping to try and pull rotations away as the bomb is alone towards that B side of the map. held by the in-game leader of Fallen. The funny thing is, if they actually manage to sneak on towards the A site without anybody realizing, that would be very funny. I think it's going to be caught by Skadoodle. Actually, rotation is being pulled a little bit. Bolts actually hits the headshot, but there's the bomb. Already, Automatic finds it. Round is over. It just comes down to if they can do any extra damage, and that's not going to be happening either. 12 and 6. 4 rounds needed. Now we finally get a buy on the board for SK Gaming. The interesting thing will be how many of these SMGs are going to be kept in play for Cloud9. They've got a good opportunity to go for a bonus. They've got a fair few rounds to play with. Actually, it looks like they're going to keep all of them except for Skadoodle, and he's going to be handed an AWP by Tarek. So they really are going to play a bit more of a risky game, Cloud9.
Yeah, I mean, this is where they're going to get tested. Skadoodle going to be peeking out towards middle. He finds the early frag on a Fallen, and that's fantastic for Cloud9. Man advantage taken early on, and he keeps the aggression going. It's not enough for him. Finally, he's going to start to retreat back over towards Long. And Taco, players come his way. They don't actually check it, and Taco finds them both. That is monstrous down in Monster. As Taco doubles down, Bolt's going to go ahead and drop Stewie, and Cloud9, they're getting punished for this aggression. Automatic, you've only got a scout. He goes facing off up against Taco. Taco's out of ammo, and Automatic, how is he still alive? He's going to start to retreat away. He's only got a USP out. And now he is the players pushing in. Gets tagged. He's only got 8 HP. Surely he doesn't survive, but somehow Automatic, he's getting it done. Players coming his way. Smoke goes down over a short, but that's the bomb dropped in pit. Skadoodle takes the peek, and he's in with a second, Tom! What is this round? It's all on Automatic. He's got 8 HP and a dream, and he's versus coldzera. coldzera grabs the bomb. Automatic's flanking round, but coldzera's read this well, and he shuts it down, and finally order is restored. I don't know, Tom, I'm sorry. I feel like something's gone wrong in my brain after that.
They've been restrawed after that one.
They've been restrawed. Oh.
The worrying thing about that is, as said, that was a bonus round. He was only playing with a scout. They now throw in the double AWP setups. Automatic clearly feeling the scoped weapon at the moment, as he will be picking up that secondary AWP. And this could be the beginning of the end if SK don't manage to win this round. Their money is already going to be hurting. Looking like we may see a faster play towards this B site, as the majority of the team are heading in that direction. You've got coldzera lurking around that connector spot just to try and hold off any rotations. Nade actually does damage, and Fur straight through the wood will start things off, and the rest of the team are just going to go running into the site. Only one man left to defend it. It's Tarek, who's picked up the AWP, and he's found 2 for himself as well, looking to rotate back around. Spots Fallen but won't hit the no-scope. Gives his team a chance, but Skadoodle's caught by Fur, who's had a monstrous round himself. 3 kills, 1 through the wood, and catches the remaining rotations. Now Cloud9 are hurting in terms of that money, and SK Gaming are about to sneak themselves back into this game.
Look at Automatic. What did he change? I think we're all asking the same question,
Yeah.
though. What was that tech pause for back on train? Because he finished with like 6 kills.
Maybe he stopped using his trackpad?
Well, whatever it is, get me that. And now over in mid, Cloud9, they've grouped up. They were going to try an early rush, but actually, they decide against it. They're waiting. Bolt sneaking in through connector. There is a target-rich environment up those stairs. There is money to be made. We see Cloud9 players. He sees dollar signs. With that Mac 10, Tom. He's about to go in. Skadoodle holds at the top of the stairs. He's ideally going to wait for coldzera to get up towards Party so they can peek into this together. But coldzera might not even have to do that as he starts to exchange damage. Skadoodle going to drop out bolts. And now with that bomb, coldzera going to go back for it. Look at this. I mean,
They're on B.
yeah, they're already out in B. But 4 players in connector. There's only a Mac 10 picked up. Bomb going to go down, so it's a 5-on-4 in the retake. Look at the Cloud9 guys go. All in a line. As they start to shimmy their way along.
Almost like a conga line of death.
It is. I've actually used that before, Tom. But I'm glad that we've brought it back. And now Fallen.
Although people are leaving the conga line. I don't like that. You got to stick together.
It might be a case where only one man died. That man was Bolts. Fallen's going to start to try pushing up. Stewie has to get tagged. And yeah, it's going to be around for SK. They get themselves a 9th. Tarek and the gang look to try and do damage as these guys exit. And look at this, there's 3 players here. There's no way you expect this. Stewie goes down. They think maybe they've got all of them, and now Skadoodle passes out. That's $600. $1,200 finally gets put to bed. But he still made some decent money, and that's quite important. Now they can get themselves the AWP if they'd like. He doesn't have armor behind it. But before that, there was no possibility of him having one.
Yeah, and more importantly as well, they've kept SK honest. They've done quite a bit of damage. They're actually not going to go for a buy in this round either, just a partial buy. Make sure they can get that AWP, maybe even a double AWP set up again, if that's what they desire. Now, they do still have a couple of rounds to play with, but still a fair bit of risk. And once again, towards this B site, the T side go. Tarek goes for the spot. He's not going to get his head popped, as we saw in the previous. A little bit of a rotation coming out from Stewie as well to support. They're still going to hold over towards this long spot, hoping that somebody will come in this direction, but it does look like the T's are just going to execute in this direction once again. Tarek's been spotted. Information gathered. Bolt's looking to round the corner, but Tarek's actually going to go pushing in. He'll lose his life, and the only man anywhere near the scene was Stewie 2K, but he will be the second man killed in this round. The remaining CT players, once again, just likely to try and hold on for some exit frags, do a little bit of extra damage. But ultimately, this was all just saving extra money to try and get themselves everything they desire going into the next round. And, well, SK, they've got the difference down to just 2.
Yeah, they are pulling it back. Cloud9 gonna have a chance to do damage in the next round. For SK, it's another round where they have a lot of players surviving. Of course, thankfully, actually, they were kept honest in the previous, as you said, by Skadoodle. Because if they had been able to have 5 players survive once again, those bank accounts would be overflowing. This time, I mean, the money still looks fantastic in that round there. So, going to be the case that now the buy comes in for Cloud9. They wait, of course, so that they can get everything they need. Full utility across the board. Skadoodle has himself the AWP. So these guys are set. Make no mistake about it. The only issue is the reset is looming for Cloud9 and SK. They are a long way from it. 3 players down towards B for Cloud9 early on. 2 over in mid to try and hold back the tides of SK. And in the meantime, Bolts, once again, he's been doing this every single round, working that connector position.
Push. Will be coming in from Taco. Very patient from the remainder of SK. Just trying to deny any aggression from the CT side, but there doesn't seem to be much at all. Just sitting back towards the site, waiting for SK to come to them. This time they actually do have a lot of utility to hold back the force of the Brazilians, so somewhat understandable. A little bit of a bait and switch over towards long. I'm only content with this position if there's an AWP supporting, which at the moment there is. Actually, Tarek looking like he may go for a little bit more of an information play, but there isn't much information to be had because SK's still not dedicated to either side of the map. They're finally going to push through towards this playground spot. And I think Cloud9 are starting to get itchy feet. We'll see actually a peek come out towards Monster because they have absolutely no idea. They have nothing at the moment. The only problem being that we did see on train, some of the rounds are actually lost by SK on that T side were based on time.
Yeah, they're leaving it down at the wire. There's only 25 seconds. And Tom, you've still got 2 players down there over towards B. As Bolts and Taka, they can catch rotations off guard, but Skadoodle's going to open things up. Now Tarek's here in this round. It's all over, Tom. There's no way back into it for him. 15 seconds. Cold Zero would have to kill everyone inside of A. And Skadoodle just waiting in the corner. He's got the bomb on his back. No teammates nearby. And there's no time. Skadoodle can just wait. Not going to have the opportunity anymore. Peeks on out in the fire and flames. He finds Cold Zero. And that's the round at 4C9. It seems like right now, timing, as you alluded to there towards the end, is the reoccurring problem for SK.
Yeah, I think the thing is with slow rounds like that is it works both ways. Like, okay, fair enough, Cloud9 had absolutely no information about what SK were doing, but the problem is SK had absolutely no idea what Cloud9 were doing. They had no clue that there was somebody that far aggressive. And that is the one great thing about that sort of bait and switch round, is that Skadoodle gets a kill, they instantly focus on him, and then they don't realize that there's another player actually sat in the corner. Again, you can see some aggression out from Skadoodle. I think he has been spotted, and there is a bit more of a battle for Connector this time, although Stewie is actually just going to go running away, falling back. Scar looking to retake the peak over towards that long spot, but he does lose the angle. If he does re-peek here, Fallen likely to be waiting for him, and first going to go peeking into the angle. That will be the opening for Cloud9 once again. Fallen will take that one all day. Not quite the bunny hopping that we saw earlier, actually, from Fallen. A little bit of a mistake there from Skadoodle.
Yeah, he tried to just skedaddle his way out long, but it didn't work out for him. Luckily enough, Taco going to get dropped over it short automatically, but a retake that man advantage, and the trade doesn't come through from Bolts. And now they're going to try boosting up in mid by the looks of things. No, they decide against it. Tarek instead just holding in the cubby. But look how far Fallen is down long. Stewie has to be careful. Fallen gets forced forward and does go down. Bolts goes pushing in, doesn't check up close, and Tarek's able to find it. coldzera, 1v3 would be needed. He does manage to get one. Cloud9, they start rotating players up. They're going to leave automatic down towards B. coldzera, only 48 HP to his name. And he's going to start to creep on in. 15 seconds on the clock. And we'll just edge forward now. Flash goes out, fully blind. Rush drops him. And that's the team ace for Cloud9. Once again, no time left towards the end. And in spite of that, opener from Skadoodle along, the trade comes through from Fallen, and you think, okay, now SK, they have a chance of getting back into this round. The aggression up towards toilets from Tarek. And the play from Stewie out towards long mean that they shut down both avenues over towards that A-bomb site. Automatics laying down the pain on B. They want to stay well away from that. And the second that Bolts wasn't able to trade, they lose that man advantage once again. And SK, it's back to the drawing board for them.
Yeah, and the problem is, now at least, that they don't actually have the money to really do too much about it. They are going to be forcing the issue and trying to make this work from here. The problem is, though, if they lose this round, they're only going to have the $2,400 to help them in this situation. Either way, pause has been taken. Automatic still sat at the top of the board, but I think it has been a step up actually from the rest of Cloud9 over on this CT side, because he has slowed down a little bit. But luckily the rest of his team are there to pick up the slack. Either way, we are going back into things, and if you look at the buy, we've got a couple of pistols, a UMP, we do have the AWP at least, and an AK. Looking like once again there may be an attempt at a bit of a faster round coming out from the T side, waiting over towards his B side. The bomb actually going to be pushing in first. Quite a risky strategy, and already it's going to be dropped. Rush sprays down one and a second as well. Automatic just waiting as through the smoke go more and more players, and Fur is now left as the only one alive. A CZ in hand. Definitely not the weapon he wanted in this scenario, and it is going to be a fairly easy 15th round for Cloud9.
And I think that's automatic up to 30 kills. Okay, he's one off. 29 to 11. He had, 6 on trade. He has turned up in such a big way here for Cloud9. And it's always such a pleasure to watch just mechanically. I think he plays so well. So I'm very, very happy that he's been able to get back to form. Over for SK, it's Taco struggling. There was a few times early on where the information he gained actually won them rounds, whereas now it's kind of started to pitter off. And, early in Sintry goes down, denies the push out from short. Fur going to have to wait for that to fade, or the rest of the team do the same. coldzera coming in late. Stewie spots him, and Cold's been tagged. Now look at this aggression out from mid as well. Tarek and Skadoodle both take the aggression over a mid. Tarek now goes pushing in. They know it's going to be B. Rush and Automatic have to fight for their lives, and between them, they're doing a damn good job. Automatic does go down, but Rush is still here. Still the thorn in their side, and Fallen, he's got himself an AWP. But he has to face off against Rush. He's going to start to back away. coldzera is still a long way out from helping him. And Tarek, the man who was aggressive in mid earlier on, Works his way now into the back line. He could be the linchpin, the one that shuts this all down. It doesn't matter because Rush beats him to the punchline and Stewie ends it. It will be Cloud9 to win out map 2, Tom. They managed to get it done. We will be seeing Inferno. We're going to go all 3 maps, and once again, it's going to be a spectacular final game from Cloud9.
Yeah.